This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
On the news this morning, 4 killed in Nembe jetty fire in Port Harcourt. NSCDC blames those using homes as illegal dumps for recent fire outbreaks in Rivers State. Students of Community Secondary School Nkolu Oroworuko are arraigned on cultism charges to be tried in juvenile court. Rivers State government awards contract for reconstruction of Uyibo Okoloma Chokocho Igbodo roads. President Buhari approves February 2022 for APC National Convention. On the foreign scene, 12 killed in militia attack in DR Congo. My name is Enoh. The River State Police Command says 4 persons died in the fire incident that happened at Nembe Jetty yesterday. Spokesman of the command, Nnamdi Omoni, told correspondent Soebi Oriwari that the bodies were burnt beyond recognition.
This incident at Nembe Jetty today that happened around 10 a.m. this morning. About 7 boats caught fire. They were carrying petroleum products, kerosene, food items. When suddenly the boats caught fire and the fire spread from one to the other. And at the end of the incident, we recovered about 4 corpses from the water. The divers and the locals went beneath and got these 4 corpses. They were burnt beyond recognition, and the CP has ordered aggressive investigation into the circumstances that led to this last incident, and among others too.
SP Omoni also said the Commissioner of Police has set up a task force to monitor illegal oil refining business in the state.
Police, if our men are compromised, let us know. We will deal with them accordingly. We will be dealing with them, so we cannot stop. That matter was not reported to any police station. You were there. I called the DPO. He said no such case was reported. So we cannot investigate what was not reported. We were there when I put a call across to the DPO, and he denied knowledge of it. So if you see any police officer, getting involved in these acts of criminality, please do let us know. This is even worse than stealing. This is economic sabotage and even can lead to death.
The Federal Fire Service says it has put off more than 40 fires in Rivers State within the last 3 months. Commander of the Federal Fire Service in Rivers State, Abdullahi Aldo Alpha, told our correspondent that faulty electrical appliances are the most common causes of fire outbreaks.
September, we were fought about 19 fires. October, we fought almost 12 to 13 fires. We are seeing in November, we have fought more than 6-7 fires now. September, to be precise, we have more of electrical fire in September. Those fires were in the educational establishments, and because of the fire there is electrical. Then we have some in shops, lock-up shops. They are equally electrical. Illegal storage of petroleum. That one is only cause of fire that were fought. The major for now is electrical, followed by illegal storage of fuel.
DCF Alpha called on private companies in the state to contribute in fighting fires. He also urged residents to learn how to use a fire extinguisher.
Fire extinguisher has a lifespan. It's being serviced 6 monthly. It's 6 months. After 6 months, it will expire. If you decide to keep it after 6 months, it will not give you what you want. So please, once you have a fire extinguisher in your house, look at the expiring date. Once it has expired, meet the appropriate people and recharge it or service it. Fire will not tell you when it will come. So you have to be at alert all the time. It is good for every resident to have a fire safety equipment, especially fire extinguisher. Fire extinguisher is something that everybody can handle once we are taught how to operate it.
Earlier, Abdullahi Alpha said his officials escaped a mob action at the scene of the fire in Nembe Waterside.
So as they get to the scene, the boys started spraying the soil on them, and why are they just coming? They told them that they just call us, and we immediately told them we didn't waste time. So our boys backed vehicle, dropped down, started walking, then they started stoning them. And as a result, they broke our side mirror and the amber light, they broke it, started vandalizing the vehicle, then the driver jumped into it and it broke. 2 of my staff had to enter commercial vehicle and come back to the office. That's what I'm saying. It was policemen and the Air Force people that are there that you took into their barracks, to their outside there. They took in their own vehicle to drive outside before he was able to get the vehicle that back to the station.
River State Commissioner for Special Duties, Emeka Enoh, also condemned the attack on officials of the Federal Fire Service. Yesterday, eyewitnesses said the boat was loading food items and illegally refined petroleum products when the fire broke out at the Nembe Jetty. Some eyewitnesses told our correspondent that passengers were already seated, could not escape the fire.
Now bread with the sex, I don't even know them. That things don't lost.
Suddenly, all we just saw was just fire, not knowing that it was a fuel they were loading within the both sides. What we saw was just fire.
They say na bonfire, then drop for ground there, so I no see for eye.
Some survivors with severe burns were later moved to UPTH. In the meantime, the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps NSCDC in Rivers as illegal dumps in the state. NSCDC spokesman.
Please report to us. We have a way of arresting the situation. You that reported to us, we have no problem. But it's unfortunate that some people refuse to even alert us. Like this one that happened around the line, where they are using the residential area as illegal dumps, where they are storing these particular products. If they alerted us earlier than now, we will already the police and get those who are involved in this thing arrested, and we will have prevented this particular kind of disaster.
He said over 100 suspects linked to oil bunkering have been arrested in the state between July and now. And Governor Enoh Wike is advocating that the federal government treat crude oil theft as a treasonable offense. Governor Wike, who spoke when the Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Ishaka Oladayo Amao, paid him a courtesy call at the Government House in Port Harcourt, said illegal oil refining has destroyed the ecosystem of our country.
You know this bunkering cannot stop. Let's be serious about it. Everybody's involved. The military is involved. Police is involved. If not, there's no way bunkering can continue. It's a terrible thing. I don't know. Whether we should take the issue of bunkering to be even be more serious than treason. If you go around and see what has happened to our environment, you will pity for us. There should be another civilized way to go about it so that while you are doing the right thing, let us not die. Can't be doing the right thing and we're dying. So we should find another way to see whether to reduce this suit. And unfortunately, we have no helper except to continue to pray to God to touch the minds of our people who are involved in this bunkering act.
Governor Wike, however, commended the military for successes recorded in the fight against insurgency.
Let me also thank you for what you are doing. Insurgency, it is not publicity. You see, when you are winning a war, the people is going on. And that way, Nigerians believe that we are winning the war against insurgency.
Correspondent Emeka Otuka reports that earlier the Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Ishaka Oladayo Amao, thanked the governor for his support to security agencies in the state. Moving on, families whose newborns have been stolen in Rivers State have been asked to contact the office of the Rivers State Response Team on Violence Against Women and Children. Coordinator of the team, Tombari Dumka Kote, who made this known, said it followed the arrest of a suspected child trafficker and recovery of 2 babies in Imo State.
We are calling on residents of the state that had cases of stolen babies between the months of August to September 2021 to contact our office immediately for possible identification and collection of these babies from where they are in Owerri, Imo State. Our request is as a result of the arrest of suspected child traffickers by the Nigeria Police Force, Imo State Command, and the subsequent recovery of 2 infant babies reported to have been stolen from Port Harcourt with the location still unknown. The team is concerned that the infants need to be reunited with their biological parents as soon as possible.
Mr. Dumka Kote further explained how a woman pretending to be pregnant bought the children from a lady in Port Harcourt.
The team has first got wind of the arrest of Ms. Chinri Ohayiri, popularly known as Madam Chichi, alleged to have been arrested for pretending to be pregnant and then going ahead to buy a set of twins on the 5th of October 2021. Since then, the team have followed up the matter to the point of the arrest of Ms. Ngozi Eguson, who confessed to have bought these babies from Port Harcourt and then resold them to Ms. Ohahiri.
He asked families to visit number 2 Odwal Road, opposite Police Children's School by First Bank ATM off Lagos Bus Stop, Port Harcourt, or call 0902 5764 565, 0902 5764 565. You're listening to the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Still ahead, court remands woman who poured hot water on a 9-year-old maid. Stay tuned. Presided over by Chief Magistrate Rita Ogugwo. A magistrate court in Port Harcourt has remanded a woman, Oluchi Nkemjika, for pouring hot water on her 9-year-old maid. Recall that Mrs. Nkemjika was arrested last week by the police after her neighbors alerted the police when she tried to hide the incident. The presiding Chief Magistrate S. Harry, who adjourned the matter to 6th of December, also ordered that the case file be transferred to the Director of Public Prosecution for legal advice. Our correspondent reports that Mrs. Nkemjika denied committing the crime. A representative of the Federation of International Women Lawyers, a representative of FIDA, Sophia, spoke to our correspondent shortly after court proceedings.
I am concerned, and every other citizen out there is concerned, because the man in question is not working on rig, and he didn't travel.
Apologies for that. That was actually the chairman of Paradise Avenue, Igbelu Sam Ike, urging the police to investigate the husband of Oluchi Nkemjika. The River State government has awarded contracts for the reconstruction of Oyibo, Okoloma and Chukocho Igbodo roads in Oyibo and Eche local government areas. The contract for the reconstruction of Oyibo, Okoloma road was awarded to the reconstruction company, while that of Chukocho Igbodo road was awarded to Cetraco Nigeria Limited. Governor Wike, speaking during the signing of the contract at the Government House in Port Harcourt, said the projects will ease the sufferings of the people in the two local government areas. He also urged companies to apply the local content policy by employing indigenes of the areas and locally sourced for materials that will be used on site. And President Muhammad Buhari has approved February 2022 for the conduct of the National Convention of the APC. Chairman of the Progressives Governors Forum and Kebbi State Governor Atiku Bagudu announced this on Monday after a meeting with the president in Abuja. He said the governors resolved that the convention should hold in February 2023, but that the party's leadership has yet to decide on a specific date to conduct its national convention. In international news, a raid by militiamen on a camp for displaced persons in the Democratic Republic of Congo has left at least 12 people dead. Some civil society groups put the number of casualties many times higher. A monitoring group said the attack in the northeastern province of Ituri was carried out by militias claiming to defend the Lendu community. Most of the people at the camp were members of the rival Hema community. On the news this morning, you heard the River State Police Command confirming that 4 persons died in the fire incident that happened at Nembe Jetty yesterday. The NSCDC has blamed those using homes as illegal dumps for the recent fire outbreaks in the state. Students of Community Secondary School Nkolu Orokwo, who were arraigned on alleged cultism charges, will be tried in a juvenile court. River State governments awarded the contract for the reconstruction of Oyibo, Okoloma and Chukocho Igbodo roads. President Buhari has approved February 2022 for APC National Convention. On the foreign scene, a raid by militiamen on a camp for displaced persons in DR Congo has left at least 12 people dead. The news was edited by Masa Okere. For more stories, visit www.nigeriainfo.fm. Cloudy weather expected in Port Harcourt this morning. My name is Enoh. Thank you for listening. Good morning.